Hola a todos y bienvenidos a mi canal. Today we're going to look at what I consider to be one of the hardest tasks you can do on the GCSE Spanish Higher Reading paper. This is for the AQA paper. It's not necessarily the hardest in terms of the content or the vocabulary or the grammar seen in the questions. It's more the way that the questions or the tasks are laid out and what you need to do to secure the marks on them. And I'm talking about the questionnaire style task now, okay? So I'm going to talk you through those now and how you would approach answering those in the exam. Mucha suerte. Okay, so on the screen now we can see a questionnaire style task. Now this is slightly different to the layout you would get in the exam, but for the sake of ease for explanation here, I put it this way. Okay, so on the left-hand side, we've got this question here. ¿Qué opina de la influencia de las redes sociales en la vida de los jóvenes? What do you think about the influence of social media in the lives of young people? And the answer is, para mí es muy negativa. For me, it's very negative. Now, the question that corresponds with this, so you would be given this in the exam, not necessarily in this format, but you would have something that looks like this, and you would be asked a question. In this instance, that question is, ¿qué dice esta persona sobre las redes sociales? What does this person say about social media? Now, in order to get this to answer this correctly, you have to reference both the question and the answer from the questionnaire. So you wouldn't get the mark if you just put it's negative. That's not enough. You need to put in there what we've got here. La influencia de las redes sociales en la vida de los jóvenes es muy negativa. If you look at this now, we've referenced the question, which was what do you think about the influence of social media? And then we've referenced the answer. It's very negative. So we put the two together. La influencia de las redes sociales, and now I've put in brackets here, en la vida de los jóvenes. That's extra information. You would still get the mark if you put that in, but similarly, you would also get the mark had you not put that in, had you omitted that. Okay, so remember, as I put on the left-hand side here in red, you must reference the question as well as the answer to get the mark. Let's have a look at this next one here now. So the question is, desde tu punto de vista, ¿cuál es el problema social más preocupante en tu pueblo? And the answer, sin lugar a dudas, es el número de personas sin techo. Okay. Remember, to get the answer for this, you have to reference the question and the answer. You can't just say what's in the answer. So the question here is, ¿qué dice esta persona sobre los problemas en su pueblo? What does this person say about the problems in his town? So for this one now, I'm going to let you pause the video and then see if you can work out what the answer is, and I'll show you the answer. So pause the video now. Right, and the answer to this, to get this correct, you would have to put el número de personas sin techo es el problema, I put in brackets here, social más preocupante. Similarly, you could have also said el problema social más preocupante es el número de personas sin techo. You could have inverted it. So yeah, again here, you have to reference the question as well as the answer in order to get the mark. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing with this one now. ¿Qué harías en un mundo ideal para ayudar a las personas sin techo? What would you do in an ideal world to help homeless people? The answer, creo que invertiría en oportunidades de trabajo. I think that I'd invest in job opportunities. So again, similarly, like what we did a second ago, I want you to pause the video and see if you can work out what the answer would be. Now, the answer to this question here, ¿qué solución propone esta persona? What solution does this person propose? The answer to that would be, en un mundo ideal, invertiría en oportunidades de trabajo. Again, you have to reference the question. Now, from this one here, from the question, we've taken out in an ideal world. In an ideal world, he would invest in job opportunities. Okay, so that's that one there. And then finally, look at this one now. ¿Por qué crees que el gobierno no ayuda a las personas sin techo? Answer, porque piensa que es la responsabilidad de los individuos. And the question here is, ¿qué dice esta persona sobre lo que hace el gobierno? Again, I'll let you pause the video now so you see if you can work out what the answer is. And the answer is, no ayuda again, I put in brackets here, a las personas sin techo, porque piensa que es la responsabilidad de los individuos. Doesn't help homeless people because it believes or it thinks that it's the responsibilities of individuals or it's individuals' responsibility. Okay, so those three that we've seen there, again, they all reference both the question and the answer. Now, I have to stress at this point, the format that you get in the exam may be slightly different to this. Quite often, you see a questionnaire with multiple choice answers and one of them circled. But again, the principle is still the same. Okay, so just because the format isn't the same as this doesn't mean that you do anything different. Okay, this is the way you approach a questionnaire style task on the GCSE reading paper for AQA Spanish. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful.